And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, but definitely hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the share button. And also, if you would like to donate to the channel, there's a heart at the bottom of the video that says thanks. You can click on that and donate to the channel. I hope that you all are having a good morning. It is early. I decided to do this video before I got out. Of course, there's been a lot of stuff on my heart as it relates to this young dog's case. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. I got to be out on a case. Um, but I was meditating and I was thinking about a show that I did a few hours ago because we got off live not too long ago, and I was listening to some of my subscribers. I have a very dedicated subscriber that that I believe is in the pre-camp, and he's awesome, and he was talking about that pre had been that someone is trying to blackball pre. And of course, this is not the first time that that has been said. I've heard other people say that it is someone is trying to blackball Pre, which is Young Dolph's artist. And it brought me, I decided to just, talk about it. You don't hear a lot of people talking about um, anymore this show Gotti or and Dolph's situation. And I think when people was talking about it, it was kind of, or there still are some people we know are have been planted to try and we see how they handle young Dolph, even though he's dead. They try to slickly throw him up under the bus. We already know what that is about. Um, but I'm one of those types of people because I'm from Memphis, okay? And being that I'm from Memphis, and I've never tried to pussyfoot around nothing. Um, people try to say, well, I'm neutral. I don't really deal with fence riders. I kind of, not kind of, but I lean more to, I stand on the side of what's right because that's just how I am. And I look at, how this situation has been handled with Young Dolph as it relates to, even if it relates to Yo Gotti, even if they didn't have anything to do with it. The way that it has been handled before, as I've been screaming on every rooftop, it had gone too far when there was shots and stuff being fired, when he was shot, when the truck was shot up, and even though Yo Gotti didn't do it, it came out of his camp, right? And I just think that Yo Gotti should have put a lid on it. It should have just stayed on wax. And let's just say they had nothing to do with this situation with Dolph, being killed. We know he never should have been killed. It never should have came to that. That's just evil on so many levels. Anytime you could take somebody's life, I just that I can't wrap my psyche around. And I'm not the only person that feel that way. There are a lot of people that have this exact same sentiment as I do. Okay. But let's just say that they had, even if they had nothing to do with it, is if it's somehow that they didn't, the way that it was handled after, mocking his death and um dissing him, that's just evil on so many levels. But what I got on here this morning to talk about is, and I say it because people go, well, you seem to lean towards one side. I'm not a fence rider. Fence riders are dangerous people, okay? And they have a lot of splendors up their ass because they stay on that fence. I don't that that's gray, and I can't stand people that stay in a gray area. I don't deal with gray areas, period, in my life. It's either black or white, but I would never deal with a person that stays in the gray. I X them out of my life. Therefore, I don't stay in the gray. You're gonna make yourself clear. You're gonna be hot or cold, but I don't deal with lukewarm. That's what Jesus said in the Bible, right? He says You're gonna either be hot or warm. But if you lukewarm, I'm gonna spit you out. I'm gonna spew you out. I can't do nothing with you. So I like for people to know where I'm coming from. Okay. And as far as this situation, I have to lean. I lean on the side of what's right. It's no different than any other situation. And taking a young man out and then mocking his death could never be right. And I know Yo Gotti, if he has any type of human feelings on the inside of him, I know he got to understand that. I know he knows if he's got any human feelings left, that it ain't no right in that. And it ain't no right that could ever follow that if he's involved, right? But I've been hearing, because see, God will let you think you're winning for a minute. One thing these people don't understand is, and we were always, and let me just get this out the way. We had always been extremely proud of Yo Gotti, as we were any artist. We was proud of 3 6 Mafia. We was proud of 8 Ball and MJG. You had a lot of other artists that was hard that came out of Memphis. Tila, Project Pat, Gangsta Boo, Lil Chat. Um, it's some that paved the way for Gotti. So why would we hate on Gotti? Gotti, when at 3 6 Mafia, and it was no blood was ever exchanged. They kept it on records, and it helped him. You know, it helped his career, but there was never any gunfire exchanged. No lives were ever taken. People had always used rap. It's been battle rap since the beginning of time, and they always did that to sell more records, but they kept it on wax. And then later on, they say that the beef they made up or whatever after they made as much money as they could. So this situation with Dolph it was heinous in nature, and it never should have happened. And then afterwards, the way that it was handled, you know, it's just cold. Anytime you can allow your artist to go and diss him. If you're a boss and you don't stop your artist, see, just like people have businesses. Okay. Nobody could ever come into my business and misrepresent my business. Right. If I'm the boss, everybody say they're a boss, or they at least they want to be. And I don't stop it. That means I'm in agreement with it, and I'm probably encouraging it. Because otherwise I'm gonna say, no, even if I don't care for that person, that's tacky. I can't bring that type of attention to me because I got other artists on here. I don't want to risk retaliation because this is a sensitive situation. Even though we don't we don't care. Even if you didn't care anything about him being gunned down, we can't do it like that because of the Memphians are divided. This is our city. He got fans, we got fans, and both of us got the same type of fans, so we can't do that to our fans. Because ultimately, goddamn it, our these Memphians are the one that supported us before any motherfucker ever knew us. Okay, that's the type of stuff that pissed me off with some of these Negroes hijacking the damn hoods and then sending destruction back. That pisses me off. Okay, it makes me mad as hell. But anyways, I digress. I ain't gonna get off track. But it seems that I've been hearing that Pre is being blackballed, allegedly by Young Gotti. Now, is it true? I don't know, but I mean, it sounds about right. But here's the thing: why would he want to do that? I think if he's doing that, and I don't know, that's a dogmatic thing. It's enough out there for everybody. I just I can't understand why it has got to be it's this evil. And it has gotten sadistic on a whole nother level. It got sadistic way before November 17th. It was sadistic when the young man's life was constantly being threatened, and they constantly kept trying to take that man out. They kept trying to hunt him down like an animal. And there's a lot of people that's not pleased with that. Me, for one, being a human being, I can't get on here and say Gotti, and I'm not being hard on you. I know they look at this stuff, Big Jug. Well, I got to stay neutral. I can't stay neutral. I think the world screwed up right now because they got a bunch of goddamn fence riders with splendors up their ass because they on the fence instead of saying, no, nigga, what y'all doing is wrong. Now we can support both of y'all, but if y'all gonna do it like that, we just gonna support one, and it ain't gonna be y'all, cause y'all can't be taking black people up out of here. And then even if they had nothing to do with it, it ain't looking too good. But let's just say they didn't. The way that it was handled afterwards hurt a lot of Memphians. Like, dog, even if they ain't saying nothing, the way they did that show one right, and we supported him. We supported them. That never should have happened. And so you got Young Dolph's artists that's still trying to pick up the pieces. I'm a Memphian. And it's very hurtful especially when you see young men, their boss was taken out heinously and abruptly, and he was helping to build them, and now they're scrambling, and they picking up the pieces real good with this independent money. They blazing. But if you trying to blackball them as another black man that has come up out the hood, and you supposed to be a human, how could you think that that's right? Especially if you supposed to be a damn human being. Memphis is filled with a lot of talented young men. Does Yo Gotti think they all supposed to be up under him? Because it's something mentally going on if that's what he feels, instead of allowing. That's allegedly, if he's doing this, these young men, Yo Gotti damn have double these damn young men's age. It shouldn't be no back and forth going on with them. It shouldn't be no blocking them, because guess what? You can't block anything that God has put together anyways. That's something that God had put, together. And so that's why I said there are a lot of artists that are putting themselves or thinking they get around a lot of these other demonic people who I guess people have put in a high place, you know, and they forget that there is really a God, a real God, and he ain't he's not in the form of a human. There's really a Almighty, you know, and they forget that they have to reap what they sow. Even with all of this stuff going on with Young Dolph, the way that CMG has handled this has been evil on so many levels. It has been nothing short of evil. And you talking about two Memphians that could have actually taken the world by storm, even if they didn't like each other, even if they was going to go back and forth with each other. Because, a lot of people say, well, you never heard Yo Gotti say anything. Well, hell, Yo Gotti, I'm a couple years older than him. Shit. I ain't no damn fool. Anybody knows that he was getting those people up under him to say it. And when people say, well, if he take the high route, the high road, how in the hell somebody gonna take the high road if it's blood being shed? That's a deadly road, and that's a sick road. I'd rather him have said something than for them to have been exchanging gunfires. Okay? Because just like it would have been wrong for Dolph to unjustly take anybody out that was affiliated with Yo Gotti, I feel the exact same way about Young Dolph and his people. And then there are a lot of people, because I've I work for I do a lot of work for the city government and the federal government, and you hear a lot of people on here that go, or that want to say how they feel, because Memphians, I mean, everybody should be allowed, but especially the people that grew up around young Dolph and grew up around Yo Gotti and his people, and Dolph and his people that still left in these hoods. Well, we want to say that it ain't right, but allegedly hits are put out on people. That goes back to what some of these city officials were saying. How in the fuck somebody gonna think they God to try and send terror to our city? That if a person can't say, like, it's one of those third world countries, they can't get on here and say how they feel. I'm gonna kill you. That don't sit right with a lot of people, but it leads people back to what have we created because we support these people. Anytime somebody's leader is taken out, and you could hate somebody so bad that even now, because they are not affiliated with me, these are young Memphians that's trying to make their bread and come up, I'm gonna block them. That's evil on a whole nother level. What happened to young Dolph was evil. And I mean, I'm hearing now that, it's been a whole can of worms open up. Like, a lot of this stuff has been happening. And we've been passively not saying anything. But when this happened to young Dolph, it forced the authorities to zone in on this. And I'm hearing it's a whole lot of stuff that's been going on that's just heinous in nature. And I'm not saying Yo Gotti did it, but I'm just saying as it relates to the industry. But what I can't understand is, how can somebody who proclaims to be a boss, he came from nothing, because North Memphis is nothing. It's some hard living. But the Memphis community helped to make you what you are. And then you send destruction back to the Memphians. Okay. So when does it stop? I know, I mean, the ultimate has happened. Young Dolph has been taken out, and God ain't gonna let. I'm telling you now, this ain't got nothing to do. And I'm just saying, whoever was involved, I'm not investigating this case, so I can't point the finger. I'm not at Yo Gotti or anybody, but whoever is involved, God ain't gonna let that rest. Because one thing that they cannot control with that money, they can't control God. And people forget that. There is no reason why Young Dolph's artists should be getting blackballed. That's if it's true. That's if it's true. I don't know. But if it is true, and if it's true that he's doing it, I have to say allegedly, he wrong on so many levels, because he's double their ages. Why is the hate so strong? Ain't nobody jealous about anybody from out of Memphis signing people and changing their lives, but are you really changing their lives, or are you making them slaves? Because with all the talent that come up out of these cities, they come from every hood in goddamn America. A lot of people should have been jumping on the bandwagon with, like, the Dolph's and the Masterpiece, and taking the record industry by storm. It is the African American men and women in these urban communities with the talent. So if somebody from out the hood learned the game, because we all know that the record companies are sharky, you start going independent, because no record company should be getting more money than the talent, and working these black kids and stuff, these young adults, like slaves. It's been happening since the beginning of time. Yo gotta know about that. So if you figure out the recipe, you jump on the bandwagon, and Dolph and Yo Gotti and the Masterpiece and all the Rich Lords, all of the other young men that's got the brilliant minds. They come together and take it by storm. They can make money, but you can cut the devil out, because that's what a lot of these people are in these back rooms, and people are taking money from them to go back and destroy the communities and say we making dreams come true. You a damn lie. But everybody should have been jumping on that independent bandwagon and getting, really, if not 100%, 85%, because I understand you have to pay people for their expertise. Everybody still could have been eaten, but the artist is supposed to get the majority of it because it is the fruits of their damn labor. And they know that. But instead, we work to hurt and take out people that has learned the recipe and is trying to take the industry by storm. Because I'm going to tell you something. It's not going to help Yo Gotti to try and blackball anybody. Because at some point, God is going to tear some stuff down, but it's not going to help him because it would never be his industry. They're going to use him to hurt and tie up, make other African American people slaves. And then after they use you, they throw you away. So why not? Why couldn't they come together? Everybody come together and cut out the evil man. And for their expertise, everybody is supposed to get something. I believe in that. Anybody for their expertise is supposed to get paid. I believe in people eating. But if it's true about, but the artist is supposed to be getting the majority of their money. Okay. But if Pre is being blackballed, I think, it's wrong on so many levels. And these young men are emotional. But a devil in hell can't stop anything that God has predestined or put together. A lot of people set themselves up for payback because when God gets you, you got it. I'm telling you. And God ain't pleased with what's going on. Pre is trying to continue on since Dolph was taken out. Dolph was taken out to try and handicap these young men, and they still making it happen. They're still trying to pick up the pieces and make it happen. How could anybody feel that it's right to try and blackball other African American men? These are street dudes that's trying to come off the street and do something legitimately. Why? Because they don't want to be slaves? How could anybody with human feelings think that that's right? So if it's happening, I think God need to do a reevaluation because that's evil on so many levels, and I can't support nobody that's trying to stop anybody from eating or trying to send destruction back to the Black community, especially the very community that helped to bring them up. Because regardless to what any damn body think, Gotti or anybody on that damn label, it is the Memphis community that helped to support them before anybody in any other community had ever heard of them. This city, or the city of Memphis, because I'm living on the outskirts now, were the ones that supported them and nurtured them. And you shit on the very people that did. I don't see nobody putting no programs in these inner cities. God is the boss. I don't see him doing that. Some of these folks can't even read and write, and you know that. And if they are, they barely doing it. How come you ain't putting programs? Instead, you want to block these young men? How could you think that's right? That ain't business. That's evil. You're trying to stop people from eating. Even if they've given you the illusion of power. That's how you use your power? To destroy? After the Memphis community had nurtured you before anybody ever knew you. Okay? So, hey, If Pre is being blackballed by Gotti, and I know him and his people them look at this stuff, ain't no way in the hell. And don't let nobody around you put nothing in your head, because I understand a lot of these dick riders, they want position. And that's how a lot of these artists get the illusion of their God. You know, yeah, big bro, I go handle that for you because they want position. Sit, these hitmen better sit their goddamn asses down, because they're doing something right now in the state capital, right up in Nashville, to make sure that they are classified as serial killers and take their asses to the electric chair. Sit your motherfucking ass down. Get you some type of trade or something. Okay, because that's you pitiful as they come anyways. Anytime you take on being a damn hitman and you done been identified. And what I can't stand about, what I don't understand about a lot of these black people is that when the feds come knocking at their door, and I'm just talking about something in general now. They go, they just trying to destroy a black man. They can't stand for us to be successful, motherfucker. You done destroyed your whole damn community. Because when you paying for hits, you taking people away from their family. You taking people away from, you're robbing them of their future. You're hurting mothers. You're hurting children. And then you ultimately hurt your own damn children, stupid motherfucker, because you got to go away. Especially when you already been identified. But then it's always the Memphis police investigators and the feds and the DEA and all these people are trying to hurt us. But you destroy a whole community. What is wrong with our black men? It's something going on other than the damn drugs that fried their brains. It's enough money out there for everybody. There's no possible way that one motherfucker can make all the money. So it's got a lot to do with egos and jealousy. And so then the Bible says that pride comes before a fall. And anybody that is taking money to blackball any artist, any DJ should not be supported. We got to stop supporting these people that's doing evil and destructive things. Okay, well, we just not gonna support that DJ. We're not gonna support that channel. You know, we're not gonna stream no music. We're not gonna go look at their shows. We're not gonna listen to the damn radio. I don't know even know if people still even listen to the damn radio. I haven't in years. That's how we fix that. Because nobody should be blackballed. Everybody deserves to eat. So now it's a power thing if that is going on. And the reason I'm so passionate about it is because these black men gotta stop taking each other out. They taunt each other, and then when you take out somebody and somebody go get retaliation, people like to play victim. But sometimes I think people have gotten so evil, they want to just see bloodshed. How many people can we kill? That's evil on so many levels. It's a goddamn human life, motherfuckers. What is wrong with y'all? These are human lives. You messing with people's livelihoods. How is it that when black people claim they work so hard, and we know that a lot of them came from nothing, but then they get in position and send destruction back? Because if you think you be keeping it real by putting guns in the little homie's hands, you a damn fool. Instead of a book, little homie can't even read. Okay, so how are you helping the hoods by trying to blackball and stop other people from eating? So I don't know if it's happening. I went on longer than I wanted to because I got emotional. I get very emotional when it comes to these black men doing destructive things. Like I shoot it straight from the hip. I've worked with the youth. We have reading programs with our nonprofit where these young men can't even read, but they feel like the big homie a big dog is keeping it real because he go buy them a chopper so that they can mess their lives up, because they go mess up somebody else's life by taking another young man out, and ultimately retaliation. There's retaliation, and then therefore he's messed his own life up. Families are being destroyed. And these big dogs don't give a damn. All they know how to do is constantly destroy, because blackballing somebody is destruction at a whole nother level. You're trying to stop people from eating. And it's sad that people, it goes back to what that judge was saying. People think that they are God. They have put themselves, they really think their money have made them God. You don't eat unless I say you can eat, or you don't live if I push play you through. And that's why these folks is working to take some stuff down. And it can't happen fast enough, because it's going to save a whole generation. What have we created when we support people that send destruction back to the community? It's a goddamn shame. And I'm not biting my fucking tongue, because I'm a product of the hood. So I understand, ain't no damn way I can send destruction back to the hood when I know everybody is poor. And we're in a recession right now. It's worse than it ever was before. Because back in the day when me and Gotti was coming up, him and Juke came up during that time. We all around the same damn age. If you was hungry, Miss Susie would feed you on the street. That ain't happening now. Everybody owns something, because the people, very people that we've helped, is sending destruction back to the community. And so everybody owns something and starving and completely messed up. It's a shame on a whole nother level. But to get back to pre, because those young men are the same age as my children. So as a mother, damn right, I got an issue with it. Their head was taken out. And if a motherfucker is looking at this and they hear me say their head was taken out and say something slick, you sick, and you ain't got no place on this side. You need to go on to hell. You don't really need to be amongst humans, because you sick. Okay? You sick. But if I say I have children that age, God ain't got no damn business sending nobody out to diss them or indulging in anything, especially if he called himself a boss jook either. Because they two are the same. You ain't truly, you call yourself a big dog, but you're not being a big dog when you do stuff like that. What kind of damn programs y'all done put in the goddamn hoods? See, if you get about doing stuff like that, you wouldn't have time to think that you're God to try to blackball nobody. That's if that's happening. Because these folks is hurting. It's a lot of people suffering in Memphis. Y'all know that. But even with them suffering, they still supporting y'all's restaurant. They're still putting back into your restaurant. So you don't think not only did they support you when nobody else knew you, they still putting back into supporting your restaurant. You don't think you owe Memphis more than this? Okay. But anyways, I'm gonna cut this short because I've gotten extremely emotional. I gotta get out. It is 5:30. So I'm going a little bit over. I gotta be out on the case. I want y'all to have a good day. And that's something to marinate on. Because see, when you have too many yes people around you, a lot of times people say anything when you got some money. People don't know what's right anymore. God damn it, I'm gonna speak what's right. And if you blackballing them, your old ass is wrong, because you're around my age. You wrong. Okay. And I speak as a mother saying that. It ain't no way that could be right. It's about power. And that's enough. The hell, I always say all the time, the United States print up their own damn money. We got more than enough. One motherfucker couldn't possibly make it all. So that's how we know it's about power. And the way things are being handled is wrong. You're setting bad examples for a whole lot of young men that's looking at you. That's why I say parents are gonna have to stop these kids from streaming some of these folks. That's the only way they're gonna understand. Now you can't do this. You cannot do this, and we supporting you. You making my children think that this shit is right. You and anybody else have a responsibility to the communities that help to make you rich. A lot of people forget that. But I'm gonna get off of here. I got to go. I got to be out on a case. But I want you all to have a good day. Ask, believe, and receive. Okay. Always put God first. Don't forget who sits up high, and understand the seeds that you plant will grow. And they might be slow about growing, but they will grow. Okay. So be careful about the seeds that you plant, and understand that there is a God. There's a lot of people that's got folks praying for them. So be careful about who you come up against. Because if you come up against the wrong one, that could very well end you. Okay. All right. I love you all. I want you all to have a good day. Be careful out there. Um, Speak what you want into the atmosphere. Command your day, and then believe it. There's a whole world out there. Get out there and get it, but you got to be right. Stand on the side of what's right. Create that good karma for yourself, okay? Because whatever you plant, whatever you sow, that's exactly what you're going to reap, okay? I love you all. Let me get out here in the field. Talk to you later.